This is day 2 and 3. Um, and we're in Enkhuizen. Actually, we started off day 2 still in Amsterdam. And there was a tour of this Aalsmeer flower auction, which I didn't go to. Lula went to, and she said it was really good, but I didn't go to it. And then that was at 6:15 in the morning. So we ate breakfast while they went there. And then we went to Enkhuizen, and that was when we were going through the lock and over the highway. That was on the way to Enkhuizen. Then there was a personal introduction. Now, basically, we just went in the lounge and they called everybody's name, and you just say who you are, where you're from, and there were several people. They said 75% of the people on the trip had gone on at least uh, one cruise or one uh, tour with them before, because they have some land tours as well. And Kathy, my sister, had gone on one before, and Lula had gone on two before. Then there was one couple that we met that had been on 19 tours um, prior to this one. So there's a lot of return customers at this company. I don't know if they're all like that or not, but it was a really good time, and they did a good job. So I would definitely go with them again. Okay, so then we went to Enkhuizen and had a walking tour of Enkhuizen. Now, Enkhuizen is a fishing village, and this is herring, which is one of their big products. And I think it's smoked and has onions on it and pickles. And that's Randy holding it. Randy's our program director who guided our tour. And he's asking for volunteers to eat this herring, and we all volunteered Lula. So there's Lula eating the herring, and Randy is to the right. Um, and they also had another thing called kibling, which is really, really good. I had some kibling, and this is kibling. It's cod cheeks, deep fried cod cheeks, and it tastes really good. This is a drawbridge, just a cute drawbridge that they had in town. And another view of some of the buildings. All the buildings are just so nice looking in all of the villages that we went to. Just so pretty, all the architecture. And it's another canal, just a pleasant picture showing that it's not cloudy. It's a nice day. And this I'm not sure what this building was, but it's a nice looking building, so I took a picture of it. And this is the coat of arms of Enkhuizen. It has the fishes, 3 fishes, which signify the importance of fishing in their economy. This is a building that's leaning, and it happens to have a tree in front of it, so it's kind of hard to see it. This was the best shot I could get of it. But you could definitely tell that the building is leaning. That's just because the soil is kind of moist, and of course, this building is a couple hundred years old. It's not a brand new building, so I don't think it's going to tip over anytime soon, but it has started to sink on one side. And this is the folk dancing. So that's kind of fun. I like that music. They did 4 or 5 different dances. And so then this is the next day, Saturday, the 23rd. We did the home hosted visit, and then we went to the Zuiderzee Museum. Zuiderzee was a fishing port or village. I don't know if it was a village or not. And they just have, it's kind of like in Connecticut, and I had thought of the name, and I can't think of it again. Old Sturbridge Village in Connecticut, where they have, it's like a recreation of the village. They don't have people here like they have in Connecticut, but they have audios on at different locations to, have um, the people talking about the different buildings. And I guess this is our home hosted visit. This is Irma, um, IRMA. So we would pronounce it Irma, but they pronounce it Irma. And so we had 8 people that visited. The whole group, the 120 whatever, 130 people were divided into groups of 8, and were invited into these people's homes. And we had coffee and cookies, so that was very pleasant. See, she has tulips on her table. And Lula is to the left. I am in the back on the right with the red shirt on, and then Mary is directly next to me on this side, and that's Irma at the end. And this is Irma in front of her house. And this is just a picture of the front of the house, just the alley going in front of her house. This is the Snoek van Loosen Park, and was one of the earliest social housing projects in Netherlands, and it was money left from a pair of sisters who said it would be dedicated to the care of the poor. And so it's still, they call it social housing, we would call it low income housing. It's still social housing, and it's very much in demand because I guess the apartments are really nice. And all over the Netherlands, the housing stock it's really, really hard to find a place to live right now. So, especially these, since they're lower priced, they're much in demand. They also had a hospital dedicated to serving the poor. Hospital is not operating anymore. I'm not sure why. Some big, kerfuffle many years ago that stopped that. But they do have a hospital not too far away, so that's what they use now. But this is Snoek van Loosen Park. Now I just took this because, see, these are trees. They have a very interesting way of pruning a lot of the trees, not all of them, just some of them. And they'll prune them way, way back, so then you'll see these big trunks with these little branches coming out. And that's what they did here. This is more severe than most of them, but it's that's what they're doing. That's what the picture is. Now this is the Zuiderzee Museum, and these are just some pictures that Kathy took. It shows the place where they would dry the herring. They just hang them all up. This room is probably 10 by 10, this building, and it would be filled with just rows of herring on rope. And this is like a general store that they had there. They used a lot of child labor. These are little girls cleaning shrimp. Not sure why the boy is not working, but this is just a cute picture of 2 little girls that had to clean shrimp. And this is a kind of a cool boat. This is the rudder, and I'm not sure what the significance of that was, but it looked cool, so we took a picture of it. And these Zuiderzee pictures are all from Kathy. I didn't take any pictures from that museum. Now these are linden trees. They train them to go, really narrow, and they branching out, and they make them into fences, which I think is kind of cool. I think I have pictures later on of actual fences that they've made out of these trees. This is a hut that would be for a child that has the plague. I think it's the plague. They have this outside so that the child can get air and sunshine, and has a bed there. So because they're sick. but they put the child out there during the day to help them recover. And this is Kathy. They had this area with these, I don't know what you call them, things you pump with your hands and you go around in the circle. So Kathy decided that she would do that. And a lot of the time she was going backwards because it was kind of hard to get it going forward, but she did get it going forward. And that's just a picture of her having some fun on that scooter thing. And I guess that's it. So that's it for day 3.